hello again for everybody at Just Planes. It's Captain Jim Adam and First Officer Russ Berry back with you on board our Boeing 767-300 series. Just going to start into our cockpit check for flight 1244 to St. Maarten. So Russ has been busy just doing some of the preliminary initialization work on our flight management computer, and I'm going to go ahead and get things going on my side. First flight of the day, we do a couple of additional checks. We do a standby power check, so I put it on the battery. Showing the battery is discharging, the aircraft is powered on standby power. Back to the auto mode. 1244 is an even flight, so we'll use the number 2 igniters on this. Ignition are set to auto. And our fuel, 36.6, and our required is 36.6. So it's on board and configured. We have 2,400 in our center, so we'll be using the center tank today. And once the refueling is complete, we select our seatbelt sign on. And N1.
V1, rotate. Pause the rate.
Gear up. And we're in LNAV.
Air Canada 1244 Boston Center, Roger. Good afternoon. And this what?
And smooth for Air Canada 1244.
Okay, thank you. It should stay that way.
Okay, folks, we're just coming up over New York City at this time, and Teterboro Airport just went under the nose. This is the Hudson River, the first river flowing along here. You can see an excellent view of Manhattan, East River on the opposite side. LaGuardia just down here, and then if we just go a little bit to the southeast of LaGuardia, we've got an excellent view of JFK Airport. So the folks from Just Planes have asked Russ and I to give you a little information on our background. I'm a graduate of Sault College Aviation Program in Sault Ste. Marie, Canada. Graduated in 1977. My first job was as an instructor for Sault College, a sessional instructor for 1 year. While I was doing that, I was working part-time for Airedale, a local carrier up there, and I checked out as a flight attendant on the DC-3. So I did a little bit of that, and then eventually became a first officer on the Twin Otter. And flew the Twin Otter with Airedale on primarily the Nor-Ontaire contract all over Northern Ontario, and eventually was hired by Air Canada in July 1979. So the landing is towards the east. This is the airport on our JEP chart here, and the actual airport diagram. Plan to touch down the first 1,000 feet of this runway, and this approach actually takes us right over the beach and a little roadway. Lots of videos of this approach on YouTube for anybody who's interested. And you can see we're very close to the water. There's a small beach, a roadway, and then the button of the runway. And the famous Sunset Bar is just to the south of the runway in this area here. And bar patrons have been known to gather at the fence to experience a little jet blast and a little trip into the Atlantic Ocean from there.
Hi, I'm Captain John Craig for Air Canada. I'm the fleet manager on the Boeing 767, and we're just preparing today to plan a flight to Maui. We're going to be operating Air Canada 043 from Calgary to Maui. We've brought up the flight plan from the computer, and we're operating today with VIN number 691, which is a 767-300ER with Pratt & Whitney engines. The routing is included in here. We're running a cost index 20, so fairly low speed on the ocean today. We have a cameraman in the jump seat today, which is listed on the flight plan.
Well, hi there. My name is Sean Reinecker. I'm a first officer on the 767, Toronto-based. I've been with Air Canada for about 15 years now, and it's a great job. Love it. Flying has been my dream ever since I was a little boy, and it really feels nice when you get to the big airplanes like this. It's there's so many rewards, I just can't even list them all right now. But what I have to do, we're on our way to Maui, so I've been given the job of pre-flighting the airplane. So I'm going to start with a few things that I have to do. The captain is just briefing the crew in the back, and I'm going to start getting things ready.
Takeoff was done manually, but as you can see, when I called command center at about 1,000 feet on takeoff, that's when the autopilot goes on. And then at that point, the job just becomes monitoring the aircraft and the systems and our programming in the flight management system. So for those of you that don't fly aircraft, the the autopilot does do a lot of the work, but it's only as good as the person or people programming it. It'll do whatever we tell it to do.
Welcome to Air Canada.
Thank you for coming along. We enjoyed having you along with us. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, and I hope to see you one day in our cockpit with Air Canada or whichever company you'd like to work for. It's a fantastic job. Get started early, get your hours in, keep the blinders on. It's nothing better than this. Take care and fly safe.